Hello, everybody. It's Aurora team here. We are happy that we finally were able to figure out how to make friends in between Zoom and YouTube. And now we are able to schedule the streams, and actually, you have the link in advance for this Friday Alpha Leaks. So as always, on Fridays, we're doing the update to our community about different things that were happening in the ecosystem. Last week we were making 1 week off. We were taking 1 week off from this updates, and that's why today we have insane amount of information to share with you. And I would like to start with the thing that you are able to see right here in front of you in the Brave. So Brave browser, one of the most used browsers by the Crypto Society, is actually now have a partnership with Aurora. You will be able to, in case you're a user of Brave, you will be able to see Aurora on the preloading screens like this ones. And in case you are using Brave Wallet, then unfortunately you just locked me out because of the the session timeout. But you would be able to see Aurora network preloaded in your Brave wallet. So we're super happy to see this partnership come into fruition. And this is just super great that that we now have such a partner as Brave on board. Good job, Brave, and welcome to Aurora family. Besides that, I would like to remind everybody, because this is something that was not surfaced for already 2 weeks, there is a new functionality in the Aurora Plus dashboard, and this is about vote tokens, right? We have been talking about this in detail 2 weeks ago. However, let me just remind everybody, in case you missed it, you are able to come to our YouTube channel and check out the previous Alpha Leak video. You also are capable of looking in the blog and finding the blog article around vote tokens. But the most important thing for you to know in the nutshell is that staking Aurora right now, besides the additional Aurora and different other tokens, brings you so-called vote tokens. These tokens are to be used in the governance. So the longer you stake Aurora and the more Aurora you are staking, the more vote tokens you have, which will determine the voting power in the future fully decentralized governance procedures for Aurora protocol. The details of these procedures are not yet fixed by the DAO. However, we wanted to start the distribution of the vote token as soon as possible in order to make sure that it is extreme wide, and early supporters are getting more benefits and having more say in the protocol governance. So please check it out in case you missed it. There are lots of information there, and lots of mechanics that you would be able to understand how it works. And coming back to another things to discuss, I am reminding once again that just recently Aurora Labs has launched the initiative around community grants, and there are, as you can see at the moment, in the Aurora community section in the on the governance forum.aurora.dev, there are 49 topics that different community members created already. These are all applications for these community grants programs, and you are free to go there, take a look at these proposals, and actually create your own proposal and get a community grant allocated to you. As I said in the connected Twitter, create content and get rewarded for this. So this is a great opportunity for everyone, not even developers, to participate in the movement and the expansion of the Aurora community. And also to some additional things. It's pretty known Near Insider Telegram account. The guys who are taking care of kind of sharing the information about the Near blockchain. It was an idea, appeared in Twitter, that they were saying that, well, maybe they need to create an Aurora Insider. And well, now they created it, and now we do have an Aurora Insider, an additional independent media that is sharing news about the Aurora ecosystem. One additional thing that happened, so that is closely connected with the Aurora itself, is that this in the beginning of this week there was a podcast that was released, the Ready Layer 1 podcast. This is the podcast that is focused on Near and Aurora ecosystems, and I've been visiting the guys, so we have been talking about Aurora, about EVMs and different things. So in case you would like, you're the type of a person who actually listens to the podcasts, you might check it out. One of the things that we always wanted to improve is the visibility into audits and in general security aspects of everything that we do. And now at Aurora.dev/audits, we're going to publish all of the audits that we do have from the companies that are actually doing the audits for us. So as you can see here, there are 3 audits at the moment put here. There are more audits that are in the process for different aspects of our software developed. There are some audits that were done before these ones. So we're now in the process of obtaining a permit from the auditing companies to publish these reports. But even here, you can see that there are already several audit reports that you are capable of taking a look at. And just for you to know, because we have not been sharing this information publicly, so there was a Halborn audit for Near's stake and farm. This is the contract that is used for Aurora validator of the Near blockchain. It was a HACN audit for the staking contract, which is used in the Aurora Plus. And there is a Sigma Prime audit of the Rainbow Bridge. This is an additional audit, just from time to time we're doing an audit of the Rainbow Bridge. So here you go. For everybody who are interested, this is a place for you to seek for the reports in case you are willing to understand a little bit more about how we are approaching the security in the company. This is the place to go. And just to remind everybody, as always, this call is live streamed to the YouTube, and that's why all of your Aurora community are capable of asking your questions. I will try to answer all of these questions in the end of the call. Now, moving on to the ecosystem, and obviously from the ecosystem, we have even more news. So Bepro Network was allocated the grant from Aurora to develop the bounty network for Aurora. We are happy that Bepro is also joining our family on the same lines as Brave. So good job, and looking for a great partnership. Meson and Aurora Plus is doing a cashback event on the Aurora Plus. So this is one of the projects that is actually launched already on Aurora, and now they are expanding and they're doing more activity. And as you can see here, their activity is super connected with Aurora Plus. And in case you have not yet created the account in Aurora Plus, so this is something that you can do. You're going to be granted free transactions on the Aurora blockchain by doing nothing. And in case you have not yet checked out the Meson stablecoin platform, you are capable of doing this. Swim protocol, a protocol for bridging stablecoins around different chains, was published we were publishing the information around like an in-depth article about Swim protocol. So everyone are able to go there and figure out what is happening here. As you can see here, the article was written by Swim, but they provided it to us so we can publish it. So nice write-up, short 3-minute read for everyone who is interested in these things. Smartpad, the first IDO platform or the first launch pad on Aurora, continuing their development and launching additional features. And this time they have launched the so-called proposal creation tool in order to boost their DAO activities. So great to see that Smartpad is continuing their journey forward. If you're a Smartpad user or interested in this project, please take a look at this. I believe you would be interested. Bastion is also not sitting still. They are introducing an additional swap router and the new kind of zap mechanisms. So this swap router is actually going to enable users for swapping and providing liquidity using the underlying tokens that have been deposited to the protocol. So additional functionality for one of the biggest money markets on top of Aurora. Great to see expansion of Bastion. For those of you who have been visiting a near house or like near boat or Aurora, at least Aurora Day on the near boat in Paris a couple of weeks ago, probably this information is not a big news. So Atomic Green, a new project, have been granted from Aurora a grant for the development of their solution. Happy to see them launching their solution, hopefully pretty soon. Atomic Green are working on a Uniswap version 3 type of solution, but this is a kind of new version of the swapping DEX. Yeah, just sitting on the edge of our seats to see this functionality come into Aurora, because at the moment, to my best knowledge, the majority or probably all of the swaps that are out there, they were copying the functionality of Uniswap v2 with some kind of changes. So Uniswap v3 would bring concentrated liquidity, and this is something that is really long time awaited for the DeFi ecosystem of Aurora. Our friends from HAPI, the team that is focused on the security, have launched a new product that is called scamfari, and this is a safari for searching for the scammers. That's a pretty nice nice tool in order to report scammers in case you figured out that there some kind of accounts are doing very strange activity. Scamfari is like the networks that are supported for tracking scammers include Near Protocol and Aurora. So check it out. There is a kind of very interesting approach on how to make blockchain a safer place. Arctic, another project that is moving into more advanced DeFi ecosystem. They announced their partnership with Trisolaris, and what they are doing is actually doing a token swap in between Trisolaris tokens and Arctic tokens. From my point of view, that's the modern way how you organize joint ventures and create aligned incentives in the blockchain ecosystem. So super cool to see such partnerships come into fruition. And another thing is that Arctic actually did a partnership with Aurigami, another big money market on Aurora. So it seems like Arctic has the most prominent business developer division from in all of the Aurora ecosystem. So good job, Arctic. You just arrived to Aurora and already, starting the partnerships here and there. So great to see your activity. And I would like to finish up with some kind of conferences and the places where we are able to meet, and other people from the Aurora ecosystem are able to meet together. This week and the next week, I present at Seoul on Buidl Asia and Korean Blockchain Week. So in case you are somewhere around, we'll be happy to see you. You will be able to find me on the main events. And find me in the schedule of the events. So happy to see you there. In case you're not capable of visiting, it is worth following the at least the Twitter accounts of these events. They publish lots of information. And an additional thing that I want to remind everybody is that in Lisbon on September 11 to 14. There will be a big conference for the whole NEAR ecosystem, NEARCON Beta. So obviously Aurora is going to be presented there, and this is the main conference for us. And we will have lots of announcements and lots of presence there. So do not miss, in case you not yet booked your time for these 4 days. This can be a nice choice for you to get more educated and more up to speed on what is happening in NEAR and Aurora ecosystems. So inviting everybody to join NEARCON, and see you in Lisbon in September, in just around 1 month from now. And last but not least, we are happy that we did update the Aurora team page. At the moment, just for the information of everybody, our team has more than 65 people. You can find all of these people on our website. Super proud working with all of these great men and women here. And in case you are willing to actually join this big team, you're able to find in the beginning of the auroralabs.dev website the information about open positions. We are seeking for many people joining us. In case you feel power and you feel desire to join our team and move the blockchain and L2s forward together with us, we're inviting you, and you can apply directly on this website. Yeah, so super cool. Hopefully we'll be able to see each other in person, or maybe on the upcoming interviews for one of these positions. I'm going to stop sharing the screen at the moment and check what is happening in the comments on the YouTube. Yeah, and let me answer your questions. What about the vote total supply? Is it uncapped? The vote total supply, you can think of it as uncapped. So there are quite a lot of vote tokens allocated and streamed to people, and this stream is going to be finished before all of them are going to run out. The idea is that that these vote tokens are going to be used for the election of the DAO members, and every time the new vote token is going to be created for it. Another question: what is estimated transfer time from Aurora NEAR to Ethereum right now? Heard somewhere that we are working on bolt use validity proofs to reduce transfer time from 8 hours to about 8 minutes. There are some work happening in this direction. At the moment, the rightful time for the transfer is from 4 to 8 hours. Indeed, there are some ideas how this can be sped up. There are two main directions that we are working on. One is the compressing the proofs and making the bridge, this direction of the bridge, from optimistic to realistic. This is done with the usage of the ZK Snarks technology. And there is another idea for fast finishing the transfers using additional liquidity. provided by third parties. So in general, there is some movement in this direction, more information to follow once these features are going to be in the stable version and fully audited. At the moment, both of them are developed, but we need to make sure that they are production ready, because obviously, as you can see, the breach landscape is shaky. We for sure do not want to risk the funds of the users of the Rainbow Bridge, and our main priority is the security of these funds. So we do not want to publish unaudited code, sacrificing the the trust that we have. There is another question. Are you planning to add new chains to the Rainbow Bridge? At the moment, there is no such work happening. The reason for this is the problems with the user experience that people will see with different assets moving from different chains. And these are all of the questions for today. Thank everyone for joining us. Really glad to see you here. As always, we are going to see you once again in exactly 1 week from now, hopefully with the same same amount of many different updates to you in just around 1 week from now, next Friday. Stay tuned and have a great weekend.